Welcome, Exiles! This series is meant to give you some insight into Bestiary and what beasts are worth capturing either to sell or use. More importantly, it's meant to help keep your zoo under control and provide some insight as to how the system works and what you need to take advantage of it. For the first episode, here are some useful tips regarding the system. The Bestiary system has a limited storage space for the beasts. You can check if yours is full by pressing H and clicking on each individual group as shown in the video. Make sure it's not full before hunting for more. When it comes to beasts, there are specific keywords that help to determine a beast's worth, its location, and usage. These are family, group, genus, type, and mods. When opening the Bestiary, it has 4 tabs, one for each family: the wilds, the sands, the caverns, and the deep. Some Beastcrafting recipes require any generic rare of a specific family. Each family is split into groups. Taking the wilds family as an example, we have 5 groups: felines, primates, canines, ursae, and unnaturals. Some recipes require rares from a specific group. Take a Tier 2 Talisman craft as an example. It requires multiple rare creatures of the canines. The genus is one of the most important keywords, as the best recipes typically require at least one specific beast. Taking the felines as an example, we have 3 different genera: hellions, lynxes, and tigers. As an example, creating an imprint of a magic item requires 4 different genera. Each red beast has a name depending on the family they belong to. I refer to the name as the beast type. There are 4 different types: ferric, saccowine, phenumal, and craykick. These types are marked on the minimap as a red symbol. They're also distinguished in the Captured Beast section and in the Beast Selection tab in the Blood Altar by the fact that they have a specific image instead of a symbol depicting their group. Not all the red beasts are valuable, but many of them are rare and used in specific recipes. Some overlap and have a bad recipe and a good recipe. As an example, the ferric lynx alpha can be used in 3 different recipes, but should not be used to create a random flask with quality. Beast mods are the red text shown on the creature, both in the Bestiary book and when fighting them. It determines their abilities and what they are used for in crafting. As an example, Satire Storm is used to roll intelligence on items. I have included an image with each mod and what it can be used for in general crafting in the video description. Spirit beasts are league-specific boss fights that can only be accessed from the menagerie. Opening a portal to their realm requires the capture of a specific beast that can start appearing in Tier 5, 7, 10, and 13 maps respectively, for each different boss. Certain recipes require high item level beasts before it can be used. These beasts can only be used in those recipes if they were captured in a T13 or higher map. As an example, an item level 86 base requires 4 different item level 80 beasts with specific mods. The level of the top left corner monster is also used to determine the craft outcome for specific recipes. When crafting uniques, you can restrict the number of outcomes by having a low item level beast. As an example, you can use a level 43 saccowine wretch to reduce the number of unique belts by 7. Likewise, you can use an item level 60 or lower craykick maw to reduce the number of shields you can receive to 3. This, combined with ancient orbs, was used early on to profit by creating Lycosidae. When crafting on rares, it is important to remember that certain mods require a high item level for the best rolls. When targeting specific prefixes or suffixes, you need to be careful because the beast item level dictates the maximum tier it can roll. This restriction only applies to that specific mod, and the rest of the rolls are dictated by the item's item level. A bad recipe is the movement speed one. For 35% movement speed, you need item level 86. Obtaining those beasts is impossible. If you want the highest item level for movement speed, you need to craft another specific stat that you wish on the item. A very good recipe is the maximum life on rings. It only requires item level 44 beasts for the T1 life roll. Beastcrafting has an interesting interaction with level 8 masters. Specifically, prefixes cannot be changed, and suffixes cannot be changed. When used with that combination, you can lock your prefixes or suffixes and guarantee a specific mod to be rolled in the available slot. Keep in mind that the rest of the mods on the item are randomly rolled, and it is possible to obtain the maximum number of prefixes and suffixes. Here is an example for weapon crafting. The example is only used to showcase the recipe. However, the item level of the weapon is too low and the item level of the beast is also low. Another good recipe is to split an item into two. This recipe does not work for shaped or elder items, but it can be useful for normal items when crafting. It can be used to replace the annulment step with the split recipe. When splitting an item, it reverts to being magic if it only has one prefix, and provides the option to either regal again or to continue crafting if rare. Finally, the imprint recipe is very useful in certain crafting situations. Some mod combinations take a lot of alterations to hit, and in such cases the imprint recipe can be worth the currency. This can also be integrated in the example craft provided on screen, by giving more chances to hit the regal. And this concludes the first episode of the series. I hope you found the tips useful. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to drop by my stream at twitch.tv/Paws or leave a comment. Happy hunting, Exiles!